3 days before Hurricane Maria, the reports started to show that things were gonna be, this is gonna be a bigger than expected hurricane.
El piso del segundo piso ya está casi a punto de subir. Estamos atrapados.
You're gonna be activated in that shelter in your hometown if you're needed. Little did we know that when the hurricane impacted, it was going to be the event that it was.
Hurricane Maria slamming into the island, and as you heard, one official saying the island is destroyed.
And 3 million United States citizens was left without power, clean water, and basic services. The response from the federal government was and remains inadequate.
My name is Anaís Roque. I'm an assistant professor of environmental social science here at the Nicholas School. And I think my story, it's just one example of like the lived experience of many people in Puerto Rico. Working from the government, just like the challenges in bringing these resources to people, but then also as a member of that community, also working with others with the little resources that we had to respond to challenges across food, water, energy. I think my research and my work is deeply engaged with the community and that part of that collective experience, because I both lived it but also work with communities to address some of those issues.
This morning, nearly a month after Hurricane Maria, Puerto Rico is facing a growing water crisis. Some areas don't have it. Others, like residents of Dorado, west of San Juan, fear it could be contaminated.
Millions of U.S. citizens, for the foreseeable future, will be living in conditions that we usually associate with places very far away.
Your government won't do the work. The country that has colonized won't do the work. You're on your own.
Hurricane Maria threw 23-year-old Anaís into the deep end of her emergency response career in her home country of Puerto Rico. Living through the storm revealed gaps in government preparedness and disaster response, as well as the resilience of the communities that rebuilt in its aftermath. These experiences reshaped Anaís's path. She went on to pursue a master's degree in urban planning and a PhD in environmental science, aiming to bring science-based solutions back to Puerto Rico and help bridge the divide between government and community.
I saw from government official side some of the failures, yet I also see how people were able to cope. And so that bridge for me was really important. And I continue to say that the university is like that third sector that can, support both of those spaces in the ways that sometimes nonprofits or other sectors do in university government relations.
Years after Hurricane Maria, many communities were still facing shortages of food, energy, and water.
El agua contaminada y el riesgo de enfermedades eran desconocidos después del huracán. El agua del río estaba en malas condiciones y no era buena ni para tomar ni para cocinar. No tenía generador eléctrico durante el huracán María y eso me causó mucha inseguridad y desánimo por las necesidades que me genera no tener uno.
There's a challenge in really following the money and like where these infrastructure efforts have been done. 8 years later, we still have these very fragile systems. Like there are solutions and people know the solutions and like are moving them with the little resources or relationships that they have. But to scale that to countrywide, it requires governmental action for that.
In the absence of consistent government support amid ongoing political uncertainty, Anaís set out to explore how communities and nonprofits could strengthen the island from within, a mission that became the foundation of her organization called Futures.
The idea behind Futures is food, water, and energy, and the future of those three resources, insecurities, disasters, and health. Now that we've learned, for example, the role that water sharing can play in disaster management and response, can we educate the public about it? In the same ways that we're trying to understand questions of energy security, of food security, mental health, and again, how they're all interconnected, not only in the wake of hazards, but now what it's become a constant emergency in my country.
Anaís used photo voice to let residents in San Juan and Las Marias document life after Hurricane Maria and Fiona through their own photographs. Over 5 days, participants shared images of their biggest challenges with food, water, and energy, the community resources that help them get through, and the emotions tied to those experiences. The final day of the photo voice focused on the future, asking residents to imagine what their neighborhood might look like in 5 years and to propose solutions for improving food, water, and energy access. She then brings those stories back to the community through local exhibits and conversations with residents, organizers, and officials, focusing on how neighborhoods rely on their own networks when government support falls short.
Like photos are one way to really, transmit a story very quickly, very direct, and that can move policy and that can move action. But the method really, I think, is effective in terms of communicating science in a more lay language and also working with residents to move that, right? And so, for example, things like photo voice or using photos, participants not only take pictures and describe what the pictures mean to them, but they also are able to display those pictures and bring others into that conversation.
Beyond emergency response, Anaís also considers environmental justice in her work. Puerto Rico, a small island, will be disproportionately affected by stronger and more frequent hurricanes driven by climate change. Although it has contributed little to the problem, the island now faces an uncertain and challenging future.
I think about this, dynamics of like we produce so little, yet we are impacted so much. It really becomes a question about the relationship that Puerto Rico could have with the world. The political decision makers that are in Puerto Rico, and where are their values, and do those values align with these ideas of, justice, right? A fair distribution of environmental burdens across all of the society.
Through her research, community exhibits, and policy work, Anaís has seen how nonprofits and grassroots organizations often step in where government support falls short.
Hubo una falta de respuesta a esta emergencia. Y ahí es que yo creo que el pueblo de Boriquén se dio cuenta que quien único se va a salvar somos nosotros mismos.
Ya nos dimos cuenta que no podemos esperar por nadie. Es nuestra responsabilidad nosotros hacer lo que tengamos que hacer, lo que sea necesario, para que cuando venga otra emergencia, otro huracán, nosotros estar preparados antes, durante y después del huracán.
Particularly the nonprofit sector or grassroots sector in Puerto Rico has been known to kind of fill in the gaps of the state. The nonprofit sector brings more of both the social infrastructure, so capacity building, relationships, but then also sometimes funding and material security as well through those means.
These groups turn research into action, helping put new policies and infrastructure into place, and moving Puerto Rico toward a more secure and self-sustaining island. Across the island, communities are investing in solutions like solar panels to gain energy independence, especially after disasters when power is one of the first resources to disappear. While what lies ahead remains uncertain, one thing is clear. Puerto Rico's strength lies in its people and their shared commitment to community, sustainability, and resource security.
Seeing people respond to insecurities, doing things by themselves and not waiting for anyone or knocking on doors to bring in resources was a story of like, oh, I don't want to only study why Hurricane Maria was so bad for people. It's like, well, what did they do well? And what did they did, is what they did useful to other places? And so that's where hope lies for me. It's like there are a lot of really cool stuff happening.
Aún queda mucho por hacer como comunidad, pero aquí somos puertorriqueños, vecinos, amigos, conocidos, familia extendida y siempre nos damos la mano y nos ayudamos mutuamente. En los huracanes María y Fiona y en los terremotos, la gente, la diáspora y las organizaciones sin fines de lucro demostraron que el pueblo ayuda y salva al pueblo. El gobierno solo sabe politizar. Creo que la solución es organizarnos, crear espacios colectivos para acceder a alimentos y agua, crear redes eléctricas con energía solar, aprovechar los espacios abandonados y revitalizarlos.
In the world, in Puerto Rico and other places, and focusing a lot of our attention and our emotions into also the good things that are happening in the world. It's what keeps me going.